Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTube. KJ here. So I haven't been off for a while. I've had some troubles with personal life and college, and it's just been driving me nuts. So I have been uploading recently. I think the last time I was about a year ago. But hopefully, I'm going to be changing it. Hopefully, I'm going to be sending things out so I can do things differently. Upload 2 videos a week. Rant on a Tuesday and a deck vid, most likely on a Thursday morning, because I'll probably get in late Wednesday night after deck testing for like a full week, and just I'll be showing the deck off like the Thursday just after. So the deck I'm most likely be doing next is Vikings. My little take on it, but I've just been knackered and trying to sort things out. Jacob Mewham's Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. Why do I keep saying Dr. Pepper? It's Pepsi. Pepsi. But what I'll do is I'll get Mum some more in a few hours' time. Anywho, I'm going to be changing things from now on. I'm going to be doing 2 videos a week. Deck, as I said, deck vids on Thursday morning, most likely, or Wednesday night, depend how I feel. And a rant on a Monday or Tuesday, most likely Tuesday. But the reason why I decided to change things now instead of like last year is because I was just going to college. I was just more worried about that and getting through it. But I recently watched a video from Woody the Average Gamer, I think his name is, or what he calls himself, saying something about the video, the title was called "Screw You and Screw Your Friends," which sounds weird and wrong, but what he means by it is make yourself the better version of you. Not only the better version, go out there and make the super you, a version of yourself. And the way he described it, how to do it, is you have 2 enemies you gotta go against. The first one is yourself. You always, I'm my own worst enemy. I've always have been. You always have to beat yourself, and once you got that completed, you're about 90% done. The next is beating and telling everyone, all the naysayers, all the people that says no, you can't do that, no, you have to do this, that and the other. You have to tell them to basically F off basically to them and tell them you can do it. Perfect example is this deck, my Gallus deck. Everyone at the Siphon Teacup in Liverpool hates me for using this deck because they say it's a shit deck. I always disagree with I disagree with him and say it's shit because it clearly isn't. Because if you get these particular cards in your hand, you win. It's like Exodia. So it's like you can't stop it unless if you go on first turn and you got those 3 in your hand, it's game. I mean, I've done that several times to people. But I play the deck a lot differently the way before you realised how to start playing it. I mean, before I play it, as soon as I have this in my hand, I started the loop, and before I knew it, I used torrential or bottomless or something to stop the loop. Pardon me, it's probably because of stupid Pepsi. So I play the deck differently. I play it so my opponent has no back rub. Once my opponent's got no back rub, it's game. Because the only way to stop that deck, to stop the loop, is with back rub. You can't stop it with Vec Failers or the effects of light and dark monsters cannot be activated during the main phase. I mean, one guy said, "Oh, you can use effect failure." I'm like, no, you can't, because the card states you can't use light monsters effect during the main phase. I mean, I had one guy trying to play Dark and Smell Dragons effect while this card was on the field, and he couldn't because it states you can't activate dark monster effects of light and dark during the main phase. So you had to kill that thing first, which was brilliant. He saved me a turn to kill him. But as you suggested, I agree, it is inconsistent because it is all monsters, but that's what makes Yu-Gi-Oh exciting for me. There's all kinds of decks out there like Vikings, Hazy Flames, stupid decks that could rival the top tier decks. I mean, what the point is a top tier deck? People just call it top tier because they won regionals consistently and it's always consistent. I'm like, yeah, that makes the deck linear and makes it easy to counter if you know when to stop it. I always think outside the box. I mean, everyone who plays certain decks are always in this side little box here. I'm like, going all the way around the outside, figuring ways how to beat that. It's how I do. It's how I play the game, and it's always the one thing that always makes me different. But as I said, I'm gonna be starting to do things differently. I'm gonna be doing rants or like even a game video. I won't say game video, but a video on a game I've been playing for a while, and just talk about it, or just doing little rants, like something like this, like a 10-minute rant, something like that. But as what I'm going to be doing is every week, every Wednesday night or Thursday morning, I'm going to start off the next week over. So the past week I've been playing with these guys, and next week I'm most likely to be playing with Hazy Flames with a mixture of these guys, or just Hazy Flames itself, and just test him. And I'll come to you guys and show you the deck list I've been playing with. Right? You might not see... Oops, crap. Knocked over the Vikings deck though. You might not see this deck for a little while because I'm waiting on 2 cards. And the 2 cards there is Sphere of Chaos. Most people haven't heard of it because it's not exactly a popular card. But the fact is... when this card is normal summon, add a level 3 monster from your deck to your hand. Hello? All these cards are level 3s, hello. Stupid, but, click on. But it also has other effects like Complete Sword Battle, and I believe another one, which I can't remember off the top of my head. But I should be getting 2 of them fairly soon, like the next couple of weeks. So, once again, I'll be testing a view version of this deck, and I'll show you guys. The next video you'll be seeing next is my version of the Fire Kings. Either next week is going to be Hazy Flames or a new version of Scrapstone, which I'm thinking really considering doing because I love scraps. I've always loved them. And the week after, as I said, I'll do like a different deck, maybe a similar deck, like new version of Fire Kings or new version of Hazy Flames or new version of Scraps or Heretics. At least you got enough cards upstairs to basically build Heretics, Banner Rabbits and Insectors, so I might do my own versions. But as I said, I'm not a top tier player. I'm more of a mediocre kind of player playing with the decks that are more fun but more challenging for the opponent players because the way I play the decks, and make sure you do things. I force you to play certain situations, which this deck absolutely does. I mean, I love this deck to bits. I mean, I've forced my opponent to waste his resources, then come out with an OTK, and he's like, yeah, he's basically swore his head off at me because I basically wasted every resource he had, and basically went, game? It was funny, and yeah, I apologised to him after the door, but yeah, I get cocky. Yeah, I always apologise for it afterwards. Anywho, next video coming up, Vikings, and what I'm going to doing is showing different choices and different tech cards you can do with the deck. So if you haven't got the same cards, you can always use different cards. Okay, I'll say adios amigos, and I'll see you in the next vid.